what's up YouTube? So today we're going to talk about Fallen Cecilia. She will be leaving, if she hasn't left already, the Mystic Pool, again, for the second time, very soon. So we're going to talk about some builds, just like I did with, some other units. I will probably continue this trend. If I have the unit max awakened 6-starred, I could show you guys some stats with some decent gear. This is going to be a trend I'm kind of setting for everything. So right now my FCC is plus 12. I do intend on plus 15ing her eventually. I'm just missing 15 damage here and 25 here, which is nice. I don't necessarily do the Bruiser FCC. I have her built for RTA right now, which is fast, good health for barriers, and good effectiveness. So I can provoke lockdown Ruels, Maids, those fun things. Pretty much any healer that has decent effect resistance, like 130, 140, I can reliably lock down with FCC because I'm so fast, 100% provoke, good amount of effectiveness. You can even push more than this. That's the build that I'm using right now. There's several different ways you can build FCC. This is the build I prefer. Usually the initial build that I show you guys will be the one I prefer using, which I like her fast with good HP and good effectiveness because I think that's the most useful build for RTA. Alternatively, you could just build her dumb fast, right? You could probably keep the good effectiveness. 220 is alright for me, but you could probably drop a little defense, maybe drop a little health and get some more speed. So, for instance, what that would look like, I could literally just swap like one weapon on here and gain 6 more speed, right? I got 11 and 12 there. I got literally none on my neck, but you definitely want to keep HP main unless you're doing crit damage main. I could probably gain a bit here as well. Like, you could make her faster. I mean, it just depends on your gear, how your gear rolled. If I were to make her faster, it would just look like this. The stats wouldn't be fantastic, but she would be faster, right? So 233, you could push her up to 240, 250, whatever. Whatever kind of gear you got. It's great. 220 is alright. Above 200. The speed is really just how your gear is. If you have amazing gear, then great. You could run immunity on her. I don't. I would like to. I just don't have the right immunity pieces to do it. I like this helmet because it's literally perfect for her. Good amount of health, tons of speed, good effectiveness. And it's a matching set with this, which is more health, more effectiveness, and more speed. It's kind of because that's how I like her built. Yeah, she can get provoked turn 1 in RTA and whatever, but this build seems to work fine for me. If you were to go like the crit damage route, I'll do an example of a crit damage build. You could probably drop some speed, but basically you're just going to trade these stats and this stat for these stats. Well, you'll probably keep your health about the same. You'll trade some defense, some speed for some of this. You'll trade some effectiveness for some of this, and maybe gain a bit more attack as well. So let's go ahead and do one of those builds real quick so you can see an example of that. Then of course you can opt to keep speed boots or run the HP boots for more HP. It's a matter of preference. Do you want her faster or do you want her hitting harder? So that's just up to you. So like a Bruiser build would be something like this. Would likely want to run a crit set along with your speed set if you're running speed boots. If not, you could probably run an immunity set. It really just depends on what you're using. Immunity on a unit is always going to be good, right? If you can squeeze immunity on a unit, you probably should. I feel like I could have this is with a crit main next, so I feel like I could have a lot more crit damage here. So like here's a decent example. She's still fast. She's got a lot more attack. Her health dropped a little bit. Still decent defense. But now she's got the stats here, right? You can push this crit damage higher, obviously. And then if you want to, you can swap out the boots for HP main, like I said earlier, and then you can run her that way. So there's a difference there. You drop some speed, get some more health. May hit a little bit harder here. I'm not running a crit damage neck right now, so obviously you can swap one of those in. Like if I were to use like this, for example, with a crit damage neck, and then I would have to squeeze a good amount of crit somewhere else. So some crit, and we could look for some more. Well, I don't have the crit set still, right? So just look for some, like, another crit set to throw with this. Main sat, speed, stat, sorry, not sat. And then boom. Now we have some more damage. Don't have the immunity. That's alright. You want her to hit hard, right? So this is kind of like a Bruiser build, right? Take advantage of the effectiveness, or the, the crit damage on her HP scaling. I'm not in the Bruiser FCC fan club. I'd rather her lock down units and provide support. That's how I like using her. If you want to go with a more damage build, then here you go. You can go something similar to this. You know, it just depends on how your gear is. Generally, you're going to have less HP if you're pushing higher damage, unless you're running, like I said, HP boots. So if you would run like HP boots with this build, there you go. Tons of crit damage, bit slower, but she probably hits really fucking hard, right? With this build, she'll hit hard. But why give her this gear when you can give it to somebody else? Some people just like FCC to hit hard, I guess. So this is one way. You can also put her on counter set. I don't think I really need to show you a counter set. Like you guys saw my counter gear with Charles. You can put her on counter with decent effectiveness and use her that way. You can use her as, well, there's not really many light units you need to bait in GVG, so building her as a pure tank really isn't like great. These are just kind of the build options I see. You build her like this, the speed can go higher and higher, as high as you can get her. You can go up to 250 speed if you want. It's as long as like you keep like the same general idea with this build. It's kind of hard to get 250 speed with damage stats like this. It's just, to reach those thresholds of speed with her base speed, you got to roll a lot into speed, which means you're not rolling into any other stats. So you're not going to be able to make her like an A collie, because her base speed is so low in comparison. You can make her kind of similar. I mean, let's see what she looks like with my Assassin Collie's gear on, right? So, boom. Like, if I were to make her as fast as possible, let's just see what she would look like. At least for my gear, right? Fortunately, I don't have a really fast necklace. Unless I were to use a crit one. Oops. But 235, I mean, I can make her faster. Probably just keep the ring she had on. But see, this breaks my speed set. I gotta run a speed set here or speed set here, so it's kind of hard for me to push her as fast as possible. I don't have a high speed neck on health set. I mean, there's a 9. I thought I clicked it. Yeah, 237. It's just not... These stats are... Like, the speed is impressive, but nothing else is. That's why I don't, like, try to just push her as fast as possible. I mean, you can if you have some better subs rolled on your stuff. I just don't see the point. I like her around 220. It's fine. I get really high effectiveness. The barriers are fat. This is how I like to build her. But there's some options for you guys depending on how your gear is. Speed and whatever offset you desire. You can run an HPE set. You can run a defense set like I'm running from Hellraid here. Hellraid gear. And then you can run an immunity set. You can use the immunity piece that's like on my maid Chloe here. This is a good piece to run on FCC if you have another good piece to pair it with, something like this. So if I were to put this immunity set on FCC, like, it would work just fine. But yeah, this necklace is really good for her depending on how it rolled. Obviously mine rolled all into effectiveness because why the fuck not, right? That's how PvP gear is. So as for artifacts, Adamant Shield is what I choose to run on her. She's pretty much just always holding it. Adamant Shield will give you overall more damage reduction for AoE, which is nice. But you can run her on Arius. You can run her on Elbrus if you really want. Ideally, if she was in a Bruiser build, I would probably run her on Elbrus to take advantage of the fact that you want her to do more damage. So it's probably better to have her on Elbrus. Or you can use Elbrus with some effect builds too, so you just randomly taunt shit. That works as well. And then, of course, Arius. So, like, Arius there. My max one's on Corral, I think. So, yeah, Arius is good on her as well. But a lot of the time she's paired with SSB. And when you pair her with SSB, there's really no point in using Arius. I mean, you still get more defense here, but SSB gets her own passive Arius through her S2, right? So you might as well get Adamant Shield, and you could stack that 70% crit reduction with this shared 30%, making your SSB way tankier. That's why SSB Charles FCC is such a powerful team, because of like the artifact synergy and whatever the barriers. It's easy to build SSB to do a lot of damage and still have her tanky with the right artifact, with her passive, and with the barrier. Granted, yes, Euphine is a hard counter to that team, and they just dropped her banner, so a lot more people are going to be running Euphine now. But that's why that team is just so strong. FCC is, I wouldn't say she's the backbone of the team. The team just has great synergy. The barriers she grants to Kayron is really nice for his S1 passive when you're using him on Guild War defense. She's one of the best support characters in the game, I think. That's why I don't think building her as a bruiser justifies what she wants to do in her kit here. I think you want to take advantage of the fact that she has a 100% chance to provoke. The fact that she can put barriers on your team. That's why it's better to build her fast, so you get the turn cycling up to provoke as many things as you can, to use this thing as often as you can, and to put barriers up as often as you can. For Mola priority, I would say max this first, get the effect chance in here, get the cooldown in here. So basically like I did, I'd probably get the cooldown first, then max this, then get the effect chance if you were to do it in order. But yeah, great candidate to plus 15, just because she does decent damage even if you don't build her to do damage. In longer fights, you can always soul burn this thing, use it more frequently. I swear this thing used to do more damage. I don't know if they changed it or I'm just tripping. But yeah, damage dealt increases proportional to caster's max health. Damage increases proportional to max health. Her modifiers, I think it's a 0.6 attack and then 7% on S1, if I remember correctly, and then 12% of health on S3. I looked at them the other day. I'm not going to look them up again. I'm just trying to show you guys how I would build her. But yeah, Dragon Waifu. Well, I don't even have her maxed out. That doesn't even look like an upset face. Yeah, one of my favorite chicks in the game. Like pale skin, like dark hair. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, no need to drag this on anymore. That's how you build FCC. Hopefully you guys pulled her. She's a really nice unit to have. And yeah, that's going to be it. Catch you guys in the next video. Like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments. You guys have a good one. Peace.